Okay, guys, come on, let's clap. Come on, let's clap. You know the deal, guys. Like my mom always say, thank God for Jesus. It is a feel good Friday. It is Friday, September the 22nd, 2023, 3 minutes after the hour. Welcome, guys, to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show. Feature the Wake Up Team with the Queen, SennyJ. The chat room is wide open. Uh, Guys, you can call in. The number's 570-982-6950. Please, if you don't mind, like and share and follow the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team right here on Facebook. We also on YouTube and all social media platforms. We truly appreciate you guys tuning in this morning on this glorious Friday. It's a feel-good Friday. Thank you so much for being here with us. This is where you get that morning smoke, but most importantly, this is where you get that morning love. But ultimately, it's the only place on earth in this whole universe where you get your morning started right. To the Queen, SennyJ, good morning. God bless. Good to see you. You're looking good, young lady. And how are you?
Good morning, Shawn. I'm doing great. Good morning to all of our listeners listening. We have an amazing show for you today. We're going to get started with Senny Says, where I will let you know everything that is going on in Hollywood and entertainment news. We're also going to have front page news with SennyJ, where I will let you know what is going on locally, nationally, and globally. So you want to make sure you all stick around for that. It's a lot.
Yes, and we have a lot going on this morning. And, it's Feel Good Friday. So you know what I'm about to say before we start the show. Today's Cash App Friday as well. Please donate to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. That Cash App is $Harv Funny. And also you can Zelle 570-982-6950. We'll be talking about that throughout the show. Brian Martindale, good morning. God bless. Today is Cash App and Zelle Friday as well. So come on and show the Shawn Harvey Morning Show some financial love. We truly appreciate you. Now,
I'm going to
on
share
this,
the show.
and please share the show. Now, before we start the show, shout out to my folks in Brooklyn City. I was in the hood, new 900 New Jersey Avenue. That was the Street Eats Tacos restaurant, and they had a comedy show outside last night, and there was a whole bunch of people there, and we had a great time. And our beloved Thomas King was in the building, and Thomas left so fast, we didn't even get a chance to take a picture. So it's always good to see you folks in the chat room live in person. And throughout the winter, we will do a live podcast once again, like we did at Comedy in Harlem back months ago, where it was a total success, where you watched us podcast and live in person. So I just want to say that it's always good to see folks, especially, in this chat room on the Feel Good Friday before we start the show. I know that we amongst each other sort of virtually, and we can feel the spirit of each and every one of you guys in the chat room. And I know you guys show each other some love in the chat room, and we truly appreciate you for that. But it's nothing obviously doesn't compare to when we see you folks live in person. So when I see folks that are from the chat room, it's like an extra love for me. It's like an extra love for me. And don't get me wrong, like I have comedy supporters and comedy fans out there, and much love to all my folks that support, the Shawn Harvey movement when I'm doing stand-up. But I just want to say this on a Feel Good Friday until SennyJ returns, is it's nothing like uh, seeing chat room members in person. I
What?
got love for my comedy supporters and fans out there, and I gathered some new fans and followers last night. God bless you. And there's some new people that's following the Shawn Harvey Morning Show right now that I met last night. But I just want to say this on a Feel Good Friday, a Cash App Friday, guys, and a Zelle Friday. I want to
Oh,
say
I
this.
have to put that in the group. Let me pin it. Hold on.
Let me say this. Cash App Harv Funny, Zelle 570-982-6950. Show the show some love, because we're gonna, we have a subscription now, and before we start charging you guys on a monthly basis, we ask for the love on a Friday. I want to say this. It's nothing like seeing our folks, our chat room supporters in person. So I want to thank all of you. I got, like I said, I got love for the comedy fans. It's a good look. Appreciate you. But like I said, I don't want to keep mentioning Thomas' name last night, Thomas King. But when you see folks that are in the chat room live in person at a comedy show or wherever, out and about in highways and byways, it's just a good look. So I want to say this. To all our supporters and all our followers. I want to toast up to you guys, even though I don't drink on a Friday. Thanks for supporting the Shawn Harvey Morning Show,
Okay.
featuring the Wake Up Team with the Queen SennyJ and also the Queen Miss Miko. I apologize to Miss Miko, I forgot to say her name in the intro. Thank you so much, guys. We truly appreciate you so much. And please, like SennyJ says all the time, I truly agree with her. Please like and share the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Michael T. All right, CJ, good morning. God bless. Uh, Before we start the show, what's going on with you, young lady?
Nothing, Sean. I'm just getting ready for the weekend. I don't have really too much going on. I'm actually tryouts are coming up in like a month for my son for basketball.
Right.
And he's been on the basketball team before, but this summer he's just been a little lazy, playing on his game a lot. So, you know, I'm going to get out there with him. I bought a basketball and I'm gonna, shoot some hoops this weekend. I'm gonna get him to where he needs to be when I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm looking forward to that.
Cindy,
So I'm
Cindy,
hoping I don't hurt myself.
Cindy, you sound crazy right now. Buying your son a basketball was a great idea, but let the trained professionals teach this young man how to play basketball. Or you can send him over here. You can shoot some hoops over here. You are not qualified, young lady. And you can't go on YouTube and learn how to play basketball in a
Yes, you
day.
can. Yes, you can.
Uh, uh,
You just need to get the ball in the net, right? And it's all about the follow through, right, Sean? Like the
yeah, God, let me see your form. Let me see. Let me see your form. Let me see. Now, what is that? No, that's
wait,
what
wait, wait. Like if
the
you
F is
you
that?
have to hold the ball, right? Like sit it in your hand and then like
What's the other push off for? What's the other put?
oh, this is just because what am I gonna do with my hand? I need it for the extra energy to get this in, So it's like my helping hand.
Well, first,
I don't know, but he's gonna be great.
no, he's no. If you teach him how to play basketball, he's gonna be on the bench. He gonna be the He gonna be the mascot. He gonna have on the big rabbit head running around talking about ghost squirrels. Uh, 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 First of all, guys, before we start, thank you so much for these last couple of weeks where we've had record-breaking viewership on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Thank you so much for you guys, man. We have reached over 30,000 people per day and just record amount of views and engagements and impressions. And we want to thank you for that. Uh, Cindy, don't teach your son how to play basketball. You don't know how to play basketball. Knock it out. There might be some other balls you might need to concentrate on, but it's not basketball. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Cindy, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on in the world today?
Well, Sean, there is a lot of things happening in the world. The first one that I'm going to start off, it's kind of close to us, and it is a really sad story. So I just want to. I actually have a couple of sad stories, but I'm just going to hurry up and get this one out of the way. As people have probably heard from yesterday, there was a rollover crash of a commercial bus carrying students that were actually coming to a Pennsylvania band camp, and it rolled over in Orange County, New York. There are two reportedly dead and more than 40 that are injured. I'm sorry. Two adults are dead and more than 40 other people are injured after a bus carrying students headed to band camp rolled over. Five students were in critical condition after the bus, which was transporting from Long Island's Farmingdale School District actually fell down a 50-foot ravine. um, Governor Kathy Hochul said, "We have families, we have a school district, a county, and indeed an entire state that is grieving at this time." The accident happened approximately 1:15 p.m. on Interstate 84 in Wayanda, which is about 75 miles northwest of New York City. Gina Pelletier, 43, of Massapequa, and Beatrice Ferrari, who's 77, of Farmingdale, did unfortunately die in the crash, which Hochul said may have happened because of a faulty front tire. She stressed that the findings were very preliminary and the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating. The Farmingdale students and chaperones were headed to band camp in Pennsylvania. Pelletier was band director and Ferrari was the chaperone and the heart and soul of the marching band program. It's so sad. Beatrice Ferrari was a teacher for 36 years, 32 of which she spent at Farmingdale High School, and her 10th grade global studies class was across the hall from the band room. The two adults became friends, and when another teacher retired, she was asked to become the band camp chaperone. So this is just very sad. They're still investigating what happened, and I guess going to be planning for these two people's funeral and stuff. And of course the kids are traumatized. The whole school is hurting over this loss. So very sad. Faulty front tire. It's crazy. This wasn't a school bus too. It was a regular, like a Marts bus type thing.
Guys, welcome to the Shawn Harvey One Show featuring the Wake Up Team with the Queen SennyJ and also the Queen Miss Miko. And it's your friend, it's your boy Shawn Harvey. Thank you so much for following, liking, and share the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Cash App Friday, Zelle Friday. So show the show some love, like we show you some love, and thank you so much. And it's your boy Harvey. On a Feel Good Friday, this is a tragic story. You'd never want to, you don't get up in the morning and look at your calendar or your schedule and go, listen, I'm going to get into a major bus accident today. We don't project our schedule like that. And it's just unfortunate that this bus, got into this deadly accident with these two women who so loved the band and traveling from the state of New York, going west Pennsylvania on I-84. Most of us have driven that road from the New York area heading back to Pennsylvania. It leaves you sort of north in the Poconos and around that area, entering back into New York. And it's just so sad. It's a sad story. And faulty brakes or tires.
Yeah.
What are we doing, sir? Who's the bus company?
They didn't
You
say.
You have lackluster performance. And whoever owns the bus company, bro, those tires were suspect. All of us that have vehicles know when we're riding on some light treaded tires.
But aren't they supposed to have some type of they're supposed to be doing some type of inspections first, right? What happened to bus checks in the beginning? Walking around your bus, making sure everything's all right. Lazy.
The bus company's liable for these unfortunate, untimely deaths. You're riding around on a highway with all these kids and your front tire's not good. And it's time to get some, and maybe, there's definitely negligence here. Me, if we can actually go deeper than that and see if there's any criminal charges. And our condolences go out to the family. Be careful out there. And then if you're riding on the bus, typically there's no seatbelts on the bus, right? It's really, right? There's seatbelts, but we don't use.
Yeah, I think there's seatbelts on a commercial bus, but who knows if they were on.
Well, you just said there was on some kind of some kind of regular Marks kind of bus, right? This wasn't a yellow school bus, right?
Right.
And even with those buses, I try to remember, I haven't been on one in a long time. do those buses have seat belts? Because most of the time,
Yeah,
I
they
don't,
do.
I don't remember strapping up. Pause. Uh, wait,
You ain't right. They do have seatbelts though, I think, but
I
people
don't
don't
think,
use those.
I don't think. Folks in the chat room, have you strapped up on a Marks bus or like those Greyhound type buses? I'm trying to remember if they have seatbelts or not. And that's another issue. Because remember that was an issue years ago when yellow buses and school buses were getting into accidents, and they wanted to, I think, either require bus companies to put seatbelts, in the seats of the bus. I don't know in this case if this would have saved lives, but again, this is a tragedy, and our condolences go out to all the families. But I just need to know if you guys ever strapped in, pause, or use a seatbelt on a commercial bus.
No, I don't.
You never did that.
No, I actually, if nobody's sitting next to me, I like to capitalize on the extra space. I'll even sometimes like sit with my butt to the window and like my feet crunched up and like, you know, be in my own little thing.
And
So,
shout, and shout out to all you people commuting back and forth, even here locally in Pennsylvania to New York to head to those jobs. Look at you riding on those nasty ass buses every day. What is wrong with your life? You ride
what?
on these nasty ass uh, COVID infected buses going back and forth to transit. What's wrong with you? And
I'm
check the
just
bus driver. Check
you.
the bus driver. Check all listen, right now, honestly, all bus drivers, even our beloved Lee Scott that's in the chat room, who's a bus driver, I would put all bus drivers on notice right now throughout the country.
Well,
Check
for
your
sure.
tires.
I'm sure they are. That bus driver's been through all types of drug tests and all types of stuff. But it could just be the faulty tire. Which, if it was a faulty tire, it wouldn't fall on the bus driver, right? It would fall on the bus company.
Who
Like,
works for the
Can they sue the bus driver?
Yeah, everybody gets sued. Yes, the bus driver should have went around and inspected the bus. The bus driver's down with the team. He gets sued as well.
Dang.
The bus driver, I don't know, but he had to know that something was wrong with that tire. Even if he didn't inspect the tire as he was driving down the highway, most tires give you a little warning or indication that there's something wrong with it. You start getting that bumpy ride. One side of the vehicle is vibrating. You know it's the tire. Come on, let's knock it off.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Let's put those hearts in the chat room for the first time on a Feel Good Friday. It's your boy Harvey, Shawn Harvey, and the Queen SennyJ. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team on all media. What else you got, Senny?
I'm also the officer that were remember the I was well, we all knew in Memphis, Tennessee, there was a man, Tyree Nichols, who was supposed to be pulled over for a regular traffic stop, and he ended up being like beaten by those five black police officers out of Memphis. Well, they were a federal judge is setting a May trial date for the five former Memphis officers. A judge this week set a May trial date for five former Memphis police officers who have pleaded not guilty, very brazen of them, to federal civil rights charges in the fatal beating of Tyree Nichols after a traffic stop. U.S. District Judge Mark S. Norris set a May 6th jury trial date for Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin, and Desmond Mills and Justin Smith. The former Memphis Police Department officers were indicted by a federal grand jury on September 13th on charges of using excessive force and conspiring to lie about this January 7th beating of Nichols as he cried out for his mother just a few steps away from his Memphis home. Nichols, who was only 29 years old, died in a hospital 3 days later after he was punched, kicked, and hit with a baton in a pummeling that was caught on police video. His beating was one of several violent encounters between police and Black people that sparked protests and renewed debate about police brutality and police reform in the U.S. Of course, we all know the 5 former officers are Black. They were fired from the department after Nichols' death. They also have been charged in state court with second-degree murder and other alleged offenses. They have pleaded not guilty to those charges, but no trial date has been set in court. They are out on bond in both state and federal cases. So I guess we're going to have to wait till next year. They say they expect the trial to only take 8 days or less. So I think that's kind of weird. Of course, I feel like this is the swiftest justice we've seen with police. I don't like that they're out on bond. They should be in jail. But I guess we'll see. And I'm sure they have no problem throwing the book at these 5 Black male officers in the name of police reform. You know what I'm saying? But it needs to go down on the other side as well, on the lighter side of the police department. But these officers were definitely thugs. Like, y'all are wildin'. So despicable. All skin folk ain't kin folk. It's a shame.
Or skin folk ain't kin folk. I like that.
It's a shame.
Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started. I want to see the hearts in the chat room on a Feel Good Friday. Thank you so much for tuning into the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen SennyJ and the Queen Miss Miko. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. We have so much love for everyone in the chat room, and thank you. We have some exciting announcements about the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team in the next couple of weeks moving forward. And we are here to service you guys, pause, and give you some great entertainment in the morning and to motivate you on a Monday morning. I mean, on Friday morning, or every morning that we're on air. Now, Cindy, for these young men to plead not guilty is almost procedural. They have to plead not guilty, because if they plead guilty, then they're done. I need to see the hearts in the chat room. Kathy Garrison, good morning. D-Lo Mathis, much love to you. Derica from Australia. Thank you so much for tuning in. LaShawn Haynes-Jones, and also the ambassador in the chat room. Vanetta George, and also my man Steve Lundy from the Force MDs in the building. Appreciate you. I need to see those hearts in the chat room. Yes, they have to plead not guilty, because if they pled guilty, they would be in jail right now for the rest of their lives. Don't worry, time is flying. Before you know it, it'll be next year. All these men, I do agree, they should still be incarcerated for the brutal death of this young man, and lied about it and forgot their dumbasses that their police cameras are on.
Shout out to Obama, because if we didn't get these police cameras on these people, so many great things have been happening because these people have on body cams.
Right,
that
that's
was
right.
like the best thing that they were able to push through in his presidency, because these people out here are ruthless.
Right. So all these African American police officers, aka my nephews, all of you, and you know how I get down, and you know how I give it up. I would give all of you 40 years in jail, each of you, for the disrespect that you put on not only yourselves, your police department, the world, the nation, and your family, but for brutally beating this man and trying to cover it up. And not only on those 40 years, I'm putting into consideration your arrogancy. That's why I keep talking about these law enforcement folks all the time. I know that you have to be a police officer 24 hours, but you literally take it 24 hours with your mentality, the entitlement, the privilege. You take the privilege and you switch it over and you use it to your disadvantage. You feel that no one could tell you anything. You feel that you are the law. And look what happens. When you have that mentality, you go out into the world, you think you could do whatever you want. And obviously, race doesn't play a part in this. These are African American officers. And they all, every single one of them, I have no pity. I have no mercy on them. They shouldn't receive any clemency. They shouldn't, there shouldn't be no bargaining here. Cindy said this trial is 8 days, and I'm trying to figure out why is it even that long? This is a morning trial. This is coming to the courtroom, guilty 40 years, guilty 40 years, guilty. And what's for lunch? That's what this is.
Recess by 12 o'clock.
Right. And I do agree before we move on. I do agree. Why are they out on bail? Who gave them the bail money? And where the hell is Ben Crump? Because Ben Crump gonna be on that ass. Y'all know who Ben Crump is. Ben Crump? That is.
Ben Crump is gonna be out there.
Let me tell you something. Don't get twisted with his last name. Oh, he's a crumpy ass neighbor. Ben Crump. How you gonna be scared of something a crump? Isn't that something like you eat? Is that a crump cake? Sorry. My hero, Ben Crump. You should watch a documentary on him on Netflix. A beautiful documentary.
He has a documentary on Netflix?
Yes, he does. Yes, sir.
Let me go over to my mom's house so I can watch Netflix.
Let me tell you something. And Ben Crump, I believe, is involved in this case. It's a wrap. And Ben gonna get some paper for that family. All these officers should do 40 years in jail. Welcome to the show, only place on earth where you get your morning start right. The Godfather, Tracy Ray's in the building. Good morning, sir. What else, Cindy?
I'm going to keep this news train rolling. It's a lot happening, you guys, a lot to discuss. And I'm actually going to go back to the story we talked about, I believe, earlier in the week regarding the daycare center, right, Shawn, in the Bronx, in your beloved BX, where the fentanyl was found, and 3 kids were in critical condition, as well as a 1-year-old boy who died due to fentanyl exposure. Well, the NYPD investigators went back to the location and found a secret compartment filled with more drugs inside. And they are saying that police on Thursday went back to the Bronx daycare. While executing a new search warrant, they found more drugs. That happened not long after 2 of the suspects arrested had another court date. The NYPD's crime scene unit spent the day at Divino Nino Daycare on Morris Avenue, searching the entire place, suited up with hazmat suits. They were seen going in and out of the building. They found a trap secret compartment in the floor of the playroom. Inside the 4 by 6 foot area, they say investigators found more fentanyl and other drugs totaling more than 5 kilos. You know, when they first arrested them, the daycare owner and her brother, they recovered 1 kilo, and they found her husband was on camera running with shopping bags through a back alley. During a so I guess they went back to try and see if there was anything else that they can find. You know, they found the kilo of fentanyl was actually stored on top of playmats that they used for the children, as well as kilo presses. Outside the building on the sidewalk, there is a memorial that is growing in response to the death of 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici, who lost his life. The daycare owners, who is 36-year-old Gray Mendez, and her husband's cousin, 41-year-old Carlisto Acevedo Brito, who rents a room there, were arrested. They were also slapped with federal narcotics conspiracy charges, which carry a sentence of 20 years to life in prison. You know, of course, the owner of the daycare cried during her federal court appearance and denied any knowledge of a drug operation, as well as the cousin denying it as well. Federal prosecutors are accusing Gray Mendez of playing a role in the drug distribution and in helping her husband escape. Last Friday, after discovering the children were not waking up from the nap, she made 3 phone calls, 2 to her husband and another to 911. Within minutes of those calls, they say her husband was seen entering the apartment and taking 2 full shopping bags out of the building. Um, Both defendants opted not to testify before the grand jury in Bronx Supreme Court. The husband has still not been found as of yet. So
Welcome
that's
to
an
the show.
update on it.
Welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen SennyJ, also the Queen Miss Mika. This is where you get your morning love, and we truly appreciate you. Need to see the hearts in the chat room one more time, if you don't mind. Special shout out to John Greer in the chat room. SennyJ put up a nice post on Facebook about his comedy career and how I played a part in his career. And I want to say thank you so much for those kind words, young man.
Oh, thank you, John.
And keep staying on stage, player. That's what you got to do in this game. You already know.
I have to see John's performance. John, let us know when you're having a comedy show. I want to go.
John does a comedy show in the Poconos all the time, SennyJ, and you need to go on out there and see him.
Okay.
And John is also, I think, Diane Hall. I believe that's his aunt. I think. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is that correct, John? And matter of fact, what I'll do, John, I'll bring you down here to Bethlehem on one of the shows or in Easton. So, some of the chat room members can see you rock out.
Word.
Now.
It's not all about you, Shawn.
Evidently, it's not all about me. Trust me. What's the name of the daycare center again? Or Dinos? What was the name of that again?
Divino Nino.
What does that mean in Spanish? Divino Nino.
Like divine child, probably.
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
First of all, again, this crime and this murder happened in the Bronx, New York, where I'm from. And this, on a Feel Good Friday, was a horrific crime of my Dominican friends out there doing way too much. I'm not going to bet my life on it, but I'm going to say that the wife and the brother and the cousin, none of their paperwork is good in this country. And I mean that.
They said they had green cards. So I guess they were able to work, but they're not technically legal citizens yet.
And then they wanted to, get their side hustle on. Delivering for Grubhub wasn't enough. Doing a little side carpentry work wasn't enough for these evil people. They had to go straight to the Scarface. They had to be major drug dealers. And they were so lazy that they, what they did? They had their drug operations at the daycare center, because you would never think that would be the only place that's a sanctuary for these kids. But we have our operations in the daycare center because no one would think nothing of it. And that shows your sinister plot and how evil you are and how you only thought about yourselves, and you had the ultimate responsibility of taking care of somebody else's child, while these people were out there working to make a living, to pay your punk ass to watch their children with the ultimate trust that they have in you to leave their child with them while they go off in the day and make minimum money. The Bronx, New York, and people that live in the Bronx is one of the most lowest incomes in New York City. But what did you do? Hold on a second.
I just don't understand. Y'all obviously are some type of drug kingpins. Why couldn't you put it in a storage facility? Why have it right there with the kids on top of play mats?
And because that's for the reason that I said. It's a sanctuary that no one would think that they would have the drugs there. If you're going to be real drug dealers, be real drug dealers. Have your drugs on a different site, a different location. But you didn't do it. And then the husband, the kids are not waking up. The wife calls the husband first and then called 911. You're guilty right there. And then you're going to go in court. You did the right thing. You shut your mouth. You said you don't know anything. Miss, this is not a Netflix movie. They took you straight to Bronx Supreme Court on the Fed side. You're done. And then the husband, you see what he did to you, wifey? He didn't give a damn about you. He took the rest of the fentanyl that, by the way, killing everyone in this country every day. Is so sad. I'm so scared of fentanyl.
They said it could kill
And I'm
you.
scared for the
Yeah.
young people. I'm scared for the young people because what they're doing is drug users are using their drug of choice and don't even know that the fentanyl is in the drug. Now in the state of Pennsylvania, they are trying to regulate some fentanyl strips where the drug user now can test the drugs that they are taking to see if it has fentanyl in it.
It's crazy.
Okay, so if it's that serious in this world, and you are storing fentanyl at a daycare center and you break the ultimate trust of the parents that are you are responsible for watching their kids and nurturing their kids until they get home from work, and you're gonna store fentanyl in a daycare, and then you get arrested and you don't know nothing that's going on, and your husband who sold you out, miss, he's on the run. He took a plastic bag. He took the fentanyl. Instead of being a man about it and saying, all right, you got me. Let me deal with the consequences. He took the fentanyl and ran in a garbage bag. He took a garbage bag and ran away, and they seen him on video.
He's on the lam.
And sir, what was the other guy that was on the lam in Pennsylvania last week we was betting on? What's his name again?
Danilo Cavalcante.
This this neighbor,
They
this
gonna
neighbor,
find him. They gonna find you too, sir.
this neighbor doing the Danilo. Sir,
A picture of him.
sir, turn yourself in, bro.
Okay, he's not
This is
doing
not,
that.
you don't have enough fentanyl to get back to the Dominican Republic. To the wife and the brother, it's the brother or the cousin that was arrested with her.
It's I guess her cousin-in-law. It's her husband's cousin.
Okay.
Is that a thing, cousin-in-law?
I don't know.
People don't ever say that.
I say this, young lady, with your green card, with your work visa, you're spending the rest of your natural life in jail. And I'll tell you why. You killed a baby that was, well, how old was the baby? Not even 1 year old, right?
1 year old.
1 year old. So
And I
you're,
think only one of the other kids came home. There's two others, I believe, that are still in critical condition.
oh boy. What's the average life expectancy of the Americans of America, Americans in America, Cindy? What's the life expectancy? Let's say 75 years, right?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
70, 75, 70. Young lady, you're doing 80 years in jail. You're done. The cousin-in-law, 80 years in jail. The father, when we find you, 100 years in jail. You will never coming out. You're never coming out again. We can't trust you. You have a deadly fentanyl in a daycare center right there. The rest of your life in jail. You're done.
And it's just horrible timing right now, especially when we have so many things going on with migrants being bussed into New York, trying to cross the border. It just, just like when one black person does anything, everybody looks bad. This is just feeding into Trump's rhetoric about what migrants actually come here to do and, everything like that. And it's just really unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
All right, what else you
So
got?
I'm going to be following this
What's her
story.
name again? What's the names again? Those the
Gray Mendez and let me see the other guy's name. Something Acevedo. And I don't even know if that's her name is spelled Grei. I don't know how you say that in Spanish, but Gray Mendez and Carlisto Acevedo Brito. That's
sound like a
Babylonian.
sound like a shortstop for the Texas Rangers.
Son, you ain't right. I'm not messing with that. Stop.
And coming to bat, Acevedo,
Carlisto Acevedo Brito.
Carlito has been in the league about 15 years. Yeah, no, all jokes aside, rest of your life in jail, both of you. And that husband, boy, we gonna find you, bro. We're gonna find you. You're not making it back to the motherland. It ain't gonna happen.
I don't know where you think you're going,
I know he,
but
he probably went back to his drug dealer that he got the fentanyl from, and that drug dealer's like, get away from me, bro. Everybody closing the doors on you.
yeah, and you guys are gonna have a real bad time in prison. Like everybody knows about this, so
And that wife, you, you, 40 years. You know, you sitting there talking about you don't know anything, and they prove that you called your husband first, and then he come and run and get the bag and run out with the fentanyl, and then they get another search warrant and go back and find more fentanyl.
I know it's like what made them go back. You know what I'm saying?
You had that much fentanyl in that daycare center. Life in
That's
jail.
that's crazy.
What
That's
else you
crazy. Total disregard for life. Um, okay, so I'm gonna switch it up a little because this news is heavy. Listen, I be trying to find the good news, and it is hard. Okay,
Whoa, whoa,
it
whoa.
is it is hard in America to find the good news.
Let's wait. But
Okay.
let's put a pause on it. It's hard. Calm down. Secondly, it's not hard. This is the news that you picked for us today. Go ahead.
Well,
There's
because it's
17,000 feel good stories out there. This you just going straight. You going straight for the murder kill. That's all.
I'm gonna have a feel good story for you guys in a minute. Don't worry, don't worry.
No, we're
Um,
already traumatized. It's too late. Keep the bad news coming, bro.
make it this. It's a feel good Friday because when you hear how bad the news is, it makes you feel good about your own life
Right.
and your own things you got going on, right? So,
I,
ooh, let's be thankful we're not Gray Mendez or Carlisto Acevedo.
right. Who plays for the Texas Rangers, by the way?
Stop. This was actually, I'm gonna switch it over to Senny Says, give you guys some Hollywood entertainment news drama. Lizzo is coming under fire again. If you guys don't know, Lizzo is actually being sued by some of her former dancers for harassment and other things like that, bullying, sexual harassment. Well, now her lawyers are slamming a new lawsuit, which is accusing Lizzo of ignoring tour managers' alleged racist and homophobic abuse towards staff, which they are saying this is a publicity stunt. A new lawsuit reportedly accuses the musician of failing to protect employees from abuse. Her legal team, however, says this whole thing is bogus. Um, Speaking out against the newest lawsuit filed against Lizzo is her lawyer, Melissa Jefferson. She said, as Lizzo receives a humanitarian award from the Black Music Action Coalition for the incredible charitable work she has done to lift up all people, an ambulance chasing lawyer tries to sully this honor by recruiting someone to file a bogus, absurd publicity stunt lawsuit who, wait for it, never actually met or even spoke with Lizzo. We will pay this as much attention as it deserves, which is none. The statement was in response to Asha Daniels, who is a former employee of Lizzo's, and the recent lawsuit filed against her. Daniels says she was hired to work in wardrobe this year for Lizzo for her tour and endured inhumane work hours and racist and homophobic slander from one of the singer's team members. Asha also alleges she was sometimes forced to work from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. days and was often denied breaks when asked. Additionally, she says that when she injured her foot, she was not relieved of her duties, and one of the musician's hiring managers subsequently rolled a rack of clothes over her injury, causing it to swell more. They also accuse her hiring manager of regularly making offensive comments. She says, the accuser says that despite being Black herself, referred to other Black women working on the tour as dumb, useless, and fat. She adds that the hiring manager also forbade women from dressing sexy due to Lizzo's alleged insecurities about immodest clothing being worn around her boyfriend. So I don't know. This seems, I mean, it does seem like an attack on Lizzo, like somebody just trying to, get a money grab. But I don't know, girl. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, Lizzo, are you a mean girl? Just come out. Just say it. Are you, like, what's going on over there? We need to know. Is it all rainbows and butterflies? Because I love that song. You know that song, Shawn? If
Yes.
nobody's told you today, you're special. Hey, if nobody can, I love that song. And I don't feel special when I sing it. I feel like Lizzo is mean. And
Uh, could you sing that verse again if you don't mind?
if nobody's told you today, you're special. Still broken, but you're still with us.
Damn. It sound like you just finished a Newport and threw back a drink before you got in the car to drive your ass home somewhere. They shut karaoke down when you came into the room. Now,
I will always love you the same. You're special, still broken, but you're still with us.
oh my
I love that song. Y'all
God.
go listen to that.
Well, the song "Don't Love You." Now, don't ever do that again. Uh, everybody, let's clap for City. That was dope.
Thank you. Thank you. I love karaoke. I love it.
Lizzo, who I'm a big fan of. If you saw her Cinemax special, she rocked it, man. Oh my God, it was such a, to me, it was almost a life-changing experience. And this coming from an elderly man I think I might be the oldest Lizzo fan out there. And I follow her on Instagram. Boy, she has some bizarre posts on Instagram. It's just really crazy.
You do?
Always showing her ass and always just dancing. There's a lot
Is
going on.
that why you like watching it, Shawn?
Like Lizzo got a whole lot of ass. There's a lot of ass. A lot going on. Lizzo's ass. It should just be its own social media page. But Lizzo, yeah, I agree with Cindy. This
Somebody in the
why
chat room said she was enslaved by Lizzo.
right.
Yes.
Like Lizzo, are you running the plantation over there? Like like Lizzo, have you really lost the grips of reality? Are you no longer part of the planet Earth?
Oh my.
Has your narcissism taken you to a level that even for you can't see it? This is too much, Lizzo. Do you want to chase us away from you? We got love for you, young lady. But you are abusing your workers, the people you're hiring. They have federal, Lizzo, this is your Uncle Harvey talking to you. There's federal laws against this. You just can't run amok and run reckless with people that you employ. They have the right to speak out, sue, or whatever they need to do to protect themselves and their livelihoods. You can't just sit there and set policy and disrespect these people at will. Who do you think you are? You can't, Lizzo. Stop it.
So you
And
believe the Lizzo slander? Her
yes,
her
I
lawyer
do.
said this is frivolous nonsense.
Look, frivolous nonsense. Now let's move on. Imagine working over there. And this guy walks in. What are you doing? There were 7 crackers on the table. There's 6.5. Can we see you in the office? Like, I think that's that type of environment over there. Everybody's walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
And these accusations are coming out on a daily, almost regular basis with Lizzo. Come on, Lizzo, knock it off, man. You are really we're on the cusp of being like that Beyonce, Michael Jackson, like that really out of the universe type A1 superstar.
Yeah.
And you're gonna F it up.
Yeah. And I think what makes it worse is that everybody, because she got so much hate for being big. Like, it was like people wanted to make a sport of making fun of this girl. And you got all of us to rally behind you, love you, like just be like, listen, whatever, ignore the haters. And to hear that you're being a bully to other people, it's insane to me, but it does happen. People and some people internalize all that hate and spew it to people that are below them or around them. And that's it goes, where they always say like you always treat your family worse than your friends. Like it's always the people that are closest to you.
Yeah.
And it sounds like that's what happened on this tour. She needs she needs another outlet for her anger. Or, see, are you in therapy, Lizzo? Are you speaking to the lady? Because maybe that's what you need to do to heal all this inside of you. I like kind of don't want to believe it, but again, where there's smoke, there's fire. Nobody's going to take a case on complete fabrication. Or I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I can't believe it. I can't believe the way this story turned around. So
I
I guess
believe it all. I believe it all. And it's unfortunate, Lizzo. And you're right. Like I love that whole movement, man, of just, embracing yourself, embracing your identity. If you're a plus size woman, it's okay. We have love for you. And you had this whole movement going. And I think you're perpetrating a fraud. You're a fraud. I'm sorry. I'm not a Lizzo fan right now. Go ahead, City.
wow, wow. Well, you lost a loyal follower. Hopefully, after this trial, Lizzo, you can get Shawn Harvey back.
Yes.
Okay, maybe you got to work for it, girl. um, yes. Moving right along now. Cardi B and Offset have been coming under fire very recently. This is all stemming from the VMAs. Now, you know that Cardi B is married to Offset. Nicki Minaj is married to a man named Kenneth Petty, who is a he was formerly incarcerated for something that happened years ago regarding raping an underage girl. I believe like he must have been like 19 or 20 and the girl was like 17 or something like that, which is definitely no excuse. But this happened years ago and he is a registered sex offender. He is currently out on parole. Um and he was actually, when he first came home, he was on house arrest for a long time. So seemingly it seems like he's gotten off the house arrest and he was outside. He was at the VMAs, he was hanging out. Well, when he was outside during the VMAs, he had a few choice words to Offset. So if you didn't know, this past weekend, Kenneth Petty had a few choice words for the spouse of his wife's longtime rival, Cardi B, and they have since landed him in trouble with the law. While it's unclear what the problem was exactly, shortly after the matter, the internet beef hit the streets, and there is a now viral clip of Kenneth Petty and a few of his associates making major threats to Offset. He's like, where y'all at? You're gonna be planning your funeral. There's like a lot of expletives. I'm actually gonna play you the clip that they posted. It was Kenneth Petty and his peoples. They were outside apparently taunting Offset. So I'm going to show you the clip here. Hold on one second.
Offset, where you at? That's it. I just spin that shit. I'm like a Zod, nigga. Nigga, Kanye, nigga. It's shot, man. You know it's shot, yeah. We outside. Big two outside, nigga. Big Queens, right? Yeah. Drop your low now, nigga. Drop your low now, nigga. You got them niggas, all settled niggas, them niggas acting like niggas DM me.
Okay, so you all pretty much
Wait,
get the
wait,
gist.
City. Wait, which one? But wait, which one is Nikki? Which one is Kenneth Petty?
The one with the red hat. Let me see if I can get the picture of him. He was the one with the red hat. He
Let me
has
see it again. Let me see this. I want to see
not,
him.
not you want to see it again. Hold on.
No, I just want to see what he looked like. I didn't know which one it was.
He's the one with the red hat.
Where you at?
Hold on.
That's it.
Let me show you his
Nigga. I got a Brooklyn hoodie on.
He's the one coming up with the red hoodie on, with the red hat on.
All right.
Big Queens, nigga.
That's him right there.
All right. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
We don't support violence on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show.
Not only that, before you continue on, these three neighbors are knuckleheads.
Your wife is making $100 million. She's worth $100 million. And you have nothing better to do than to be outside on some no-name New York City street with your bros calling at Offset. So
Wait. Calling out. Oh, you're still into the story, right?
yeah.
Okay,
So
sorry, go ahead, continue.
they
All right, go ahead.
posted that video on social media.
Go ahead, continue.
Basically taunting Offset, being like, where you at? Offset responded to the beef by hopping off of a jet. Okay. He was actually on his way to do a 24-hour live stream with Kai Cenat, who's a popular Twitch streamer and whatever. So they did a 24-hour live stream. So Offset didn't pay it any mind. He was like, y'all in the street. I'm over here hopping off a jet. So subsequently after that video, Kenneth Petty, who's Nicki Minaj's husband, was placed on house arrest for 120 days due to his threats being a probation violation. An LA federal judge has ordered Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, to serve up to 120 days on home detention for making threatening remarks toward a specific individual while in the company of someone with a criminal record, which is a direct violation of his parole. The judge who ordered this did say that, so once it was made public knowledge that he was on house arrest, a lot of people started coming at Cardi B, alluding to the fact that her and Offset called the police on him. And that's why this happened. However, the judge did make a statement saying that they did not need any outside complaints in order to follow through with this order, being as it was on the internet. And if you're a parole officer of a high profile person, of course, they're going to be looking at the internet. And even if Cardi B did call the police on y'all, that is within her right to do. Like, hello? Like, this whole no snitching thing or keep some kind of code. I don't think Cardi did that because I just, she's real like that. I don't think she had to. But that's what y'all get for being outside acting like you a fake gangster.
Yeah, right. Kenneth Petty, you're petty. You're stupid. You're not no real. Hold on, this got messy. You're not no real killer.
You're a rapist.
You like to touch the little girls. You like to do that. You're no killer player, and your boys are no killers. You're on videotape threatening somebody. How stupid can you be? Now look at you. You're in house arrest for 120 days. You're a fool. And guess what? Cardi B and Offset, right? They had every right to call the police, even though you said that they didn't have to, but they probably did just to expedite this faster. Now you're in house arrest for 20 days. 120 days house arrest. That's all winter. You're going to be it's winter time, so you can't go nowhere. But Nicki Minaj, what's going on? Why are you with this? Like, what's up with that? Like, that's like the same thing with the young lady that was dancing at the Usher concert you was talking about, and her husband.
Keke Palmer.
What's her name?
Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer. It's the same situation. You see how Keke, the husband, made this embarrassing post about her, and what she did, she cut him off. She cut him off. Done.
I think they're still together, but you don't be seeing them together.
Nikki, you should do the same thing. Cut this dude off. Like that video right
Bro.
there should have been like, yo, you gotta go. I can't do this no more.
Right. That would be such a big turnoff to me. I would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, we're
Where
like, yo,
are you?
you hear the video, I was like, we outside. Me and these two niggas. Where you at, Offset? Shut the fuck. Shut. You bitch ass nigga. Shut up, bro. You ain't scaring nobody. You ain't scaring nobody, bro. What's wrong with y'all? Him and his man with his hoodie, looking like fake battle rappers. Knock it off.
So cringy.
In the middle of New York City, threatening somebody on video. Dumbass.
I don't know what Nikki's doing. This is not a good look for
Nikki,
you.
cut this guy off, man. Come on, this is crazy. You don't need that. You don't need him. What do you need him for?
He must be putting it down somewhere, Shawn.
Or putting some speed knots on that forehead.
Nah, you think he's abusing her?
I don't know, man. I would put
Nikki,
nothing
girl,
past that dude.
wink if you need help, girl. Let us know what's going on in that household, because clearly you have lost all control. You have lost all control. And you're gonna lose people from this. Like, think about your brand deals and things like that. Nobody wants to be associated with that type of behavior, and you over there condoning it. Okay, sis. If you like it, I love it.
What else you got for you out here?
My final story is this. This is kind of feel good, I guess. Whatever. Shador Sanders, who is Deion Sanders' son, who plays for Colorado University. He is estimated to earn $10 million in name, image, and likeness deals if he commits to playing with his dad, Deion Sanders, at University of Colorado for an additional year. According to Sports Insiders, the star quarterback is poised to earn a potential $10 million next year if he chooses not to enter the NFL draft. Fox Sports analyst Joel Klatt spoke about the 21-year-old's estimated NIL value. He said they're saying that Shador's coach and father recent comment that his son would not be going pro next year despite being eligible. They argued that he couldn't imagine telling the college athlete, who he noted may arguably be the best player in the sport currently, not to go pro. They highlighted the very important point that due to college athletes now being able to earn money through NIL deals, that Shador could potentially earn more than he would than being an NFL rookie. So they're speculating that he's not, just because his dad said that he probably won't go pro next year. So they are looking at that as him being ripe for the picking for certain brand deals if he stays. Do you think it would be a good idea for him to not go pro and to stay in college? I think it's good to stay in college if, for the educational value, possibly. But it seems like he's having a good time playing with his dad.
Well, good. The first thing is, show note. Okay, so guys, not doing nothing tonight. I'm in Brooklyn telling jokes at 275 Park Avenue. Brooklyn. And tomorrow, SennyJ, I'm in North Carolina.
Wow. Are you going to be by D-Lo?
I don't know.
Shawn's going to be in North Carolina.
I'll be in Raleigh, North Carolina. I don't know how far that is from home. Where does D-Lo live? Homestead, North Carolina? I forgot.
I'm weak.
That's tomorrow. So Brooklyn tonight, North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina tomorrow. Well, now with these new endorsement deals, SennyJ, with the collegiate athlete, I think it's a great opportunity for the athlete to make these financial decisions about their lives. He could stay another year, make $10 million, and then go to the NFL the year after that. I think this is a beautiful situation, and these student athletes should get paid because the collegiate sports is making billions of dollars. Or for athletes that are working for free. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So I would say, stay another year, especially if they win the championship. Stay another year, get the $10 million and go to the NFL. And I'm gonna share this with you. And you heard it first here on the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen, SennyJ. Deion Sanders will be an NFL coach in the next couple of years. He ain't staying in Colorado much longer. If they win the championship of the NCAA or go deep into the playoffs, you're not going to see him around too much longer. He will be coaching an NFL football team.
Wow.
In the next 3 years. So Deion Sanders, you have rejuvenated college football almost single-handedly. Both of your sons are top-ranked football players. You recruited the top-ranked football players in the country. You also student athletes have transferred to your school. And not only that, if you watch the 60-minute interview, he literally fired everybody from the year before. The coaches, they fired the coach last year because it was 1-15 or whatever. Then Deion walked into the locker room and got rid of all the players. You got to go. And then brought in all these superstars and these top student athletes. So salute to Deion, salute to his son. If I was his son, I would stay another year, make the $10 million and go on to the NFL.
Word. That makes sense. Well, it's interesting. I feel like I need to get out there to Colorado, see one of these games. You know what I'm saying? But it's very interesting, and I'm happy for him. I've always said that I believe student athletes should get paid their worth. So it's very cool to see that this is happening. And shout out to Deion and his son. He seems like a very nice young man.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you tuning into the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Have a great weekend. We're going to see you guys on Monday, and God bless. Cindy, you have the last word. Let's go.
In case nobody told you today, you're special. Hey, in case nobody made you believe, you're special. Hey, I will always love you the same. You're special. Still broken, but you're still with us. That's for you guys. That's for you. We appreciate it. Because you're special. I will always love you the same.
Keep going. Keep going, Cindy. Keep going. The numbers are going up now. When you sing it, the numbers are going up. Go ahead. One more time, Cindy. No, just sing the same words. Go ahead. Do it one more time if you don't mind.
In case nobody told you today, you're special. Hey, in case nobody made you believe, you're special. Hey, I will always love you the same. You're special. I'm so glad that you're still with us. You're broken, but you're still perfect.
Cindy, you actually drove the numbers up as you I'm not even lying. People are now tuning in. That's all we had to do all day is for her to sing.
Yes, you guys.
That's all you have to do.
I should open up the show with that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Matter of fact, and look, the numbers up. Cindy, one more time. Put the hearts in the chat room. Cindy, let's do it one more time if you don't mind. Go ahead, Cindy. We love you. Come on, Cindy. We'll go ahead because it's going up to almost. Go ahead, Cindy.
In case nobody told you today, you're special. Hey, in case nobody made you believe, you're special. Well, I will always love you the same. You're special. I'm so glad that you're still with us. Broken, but damn, you're still perfect.
Oh my God.
You guys sing that to yourself today. If nobody makes you feel special, Lizzo still loves you.
Okay. Well, now that my ears are bleeding, we want to see the hearts in the chat room right now, guys. Put the hearts in the chat room before we get out of here. And let's clap for SennyJ. That was absolutely a great performance. Clap for her.
I love you guys.
Right.
See you later.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you guys. We want to see the hearts in the chat room. Keep the hearts going in the chat room. Everybody, hearts in the chat room right now. If y'all don't mind, so show each other some love on a Feel Good Friday.
That's right. You guys are so funny.
All right, Cindy, we are out of here. God bless you guys. We see you guys Monday, and y'all guys have a safe weekend. I'm in Brooklyn tonight, Raleigh, North Carolina tomorrow. Let's go, Cindy. We are out of here.
Bye. See you later. Bye.